Awesome. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to kind of just do a conversational, uh, just kind of get to know them a little bit, talk to them about what their book is, things like that. So, Francis, I want to start with you. And, one of the main things that I think that people ask you probably, but I know that one of the things that they ask me as they start, questioning and trying to decide if this program is something that's a good fit for them, they want to know, what is it? What should my goal be? Do I need to want to do this? Do I need to want to do that? Is this going to make me money? They'll ask all these questions. And for every person in this room, the reason why they joined was probably a little bit different from each other. So, Francis, I want to start with you. And could you tell me, why did you decide to, become an author, first of all? And then second of all, why did you sign up for this program?
Sure. The reason I became an author is because I've been looking at what the next steps in my life are. My boyfriend is retiring in October, and I want to be employed doing something where I can be completely free of an 8-to-5 job and be able to follow him around the country. So I've been thinking about that for some time now. And sometime before I saw your post on Facebook. And when you posted about it, it struck a nerve with me because I've always loved to write and I've always thought about writing a book. I've started a couple of different books and just really didn't have the skills or the know-how to do anything with that. I was just writing some stuff down. And when I saw your post on Facebook, that kind of scratched that itch for me and made me want to talk about it more. So before I had the interview with you, I talked to my boyfriend about it, and I just talked about it out loud to see, is the timing right for me now at this point in my life? And a little bit of a funny story is that he said, I think it is, but you need to call your sister first thing in the morning and you tell her everything that you told me. And if she says yes, then I'm a yes. So I called my sister and I explained it, and I wasn't even finished explaining it. And she said, the worst case scenario is that you've learned something in education about things that you don't know about or don't know quite how to do, but something that you love. There's no price for that. So she was a yes, and we had our interview, and I just knew that this was something that could definitely benefit me and help me to kind of tie it up and put it in a package for me.
That's awesome. And honestly, I think you probably had done some of your pondering, and because this is it's an investment of your time and your emotions, and some money. So it is a decision that you needed to spend some time on. But it was funny when I talked to you, I really felt like you already knew that you were going to do this. So it was one of those things that when you came back and you said, yeah, I'm doing it. I could tell, you were determined, and I love to see that fierce determination in people, because once you decide, there's no stopping you. It doesn't matter, what happened in your life up to that moment, or where you're going through things right now. If you've decided to do something, it's just a process of making it happen at that point, because there's no if anymore. And I saw that in you from the very beginning. It was awesome. But okay,
my heart was all in. My heart was all in for sure.
Yeah, and so I'm laughing because I have a couple of things going through my mind. But tell me which, for you, it might be a different answer. What would you say the toughest part of your certification journey was?
The toughest part for me is the technical graphics type of thing, learning how to do all the things and make things look pretty. That's something that I've always struggled with, and I'll continue to struggle with, even though I've been through the certification and I squeaked by. I feel like I made maybe a C minus or something. but I have a foundation to work on, and I'll get better. Just like with writing, I'll get better at writing, but I'll also get better at the graphics. It's just something that I have to commit to work on.
And that 100%, and that truly is, you've nailed it right there. It's what we did in this program was we threw everything at you guys. We took you from not knowing anything potentially to going through how to craft writing, how to how to write, how to then revise and edit and format, and how to do self-publishing, how to create your own graphics, your own book covers, all of this stuff. Now, just if anyone's watching, these covers were professionally done. So FYI, that is part of the program. You did not have to, no one has to do their own cover on your first one if you're in this full program. But I think that, the stuff that I saw you do, and it was going to be the graphics that I was giggling about as well, because there was the one night that we're just like, I can't remember what you said, but it was something to the effect of, okay, I'm done. And it's like, I just want to go back to writing. Yeah. And that's the really great thing, because once you understand the concept of the things that you're weaker at, that's all that you have to do. You don't have to do all of this stuff yourself. You just have to know how to talk to the people you're going to hire to do that, and how to convey to them what you're looking for. And that's all you got to do. So everything that you need to know, and everything else is just bonus. And so let's talk about your story. I see, on your background there, Healing House. If you can, just tell me, without giving away any spoilers or anything, give me 30 to 60 seconds of, just an overall of Healing House.
It's a story about a little boy, and his life it's anything but normal. His relationship with his mother is complicated. He does not have a father in the picture. And when you live in a situation like that, and then you go to school, if you have a hostile home life and then you get bullied at school, things can just kind of build up, and you need some place. Everybody needs a safe place. And if it's not home and it's not school for a child, there's really not many other places you can go, because Billy also did not have grandparents that could also rescue him. So we kind of go through Billy's life and learn a little bit about his life, get a really good glimpse into his life, and then something heavenly or magical kind of happens, and he's able to learn how to start dealing with some of the things that he's going through in his life.
That's awesome. Now, I do want to, because I obviously know the book well, and another thing that I'll say, all of the authors, we wrote what we're calling short reads. And what that is it's something that a person could pick up the book, and within about an hour, anywhere, if they're a fast reader, 45 minutes to maybe 90 minutes if you're a slow reader, and you get this great escape to read a short story. It's going to be fully engaging, but it's not going to be something that you have to feel guilty because you never get to finish it because it's like this thick. These are short reads, and I think that that's what makes these even better. One of the things that I really liked about yours, Frances, is it's kind of young adult friendly. So if someone, a young person, is going through these hard times, there's nothing in there that they can't read because of adult content. There is adult content, and anyone who has been through alcoholism, drug abuse, or bullying, anything like that, these topics are in there. But it's a really, really great young adult and adult alike, book where people can, it's kind of a feel good, but more than anything, it's a let's have this conversation. So if a kid reads this and the adult around them is willing to have a conversation with them, this could be a really, really great book for a young person to understand that everyone has a story. Everyone's going through a mess of their own. And sometimes we need to take the focus off ourselves and understand that other people may need our love and compassion too. So I really, really like it. I guys, if you have not read Healing House yet, you need to get it. Frances has paperback copies that you can buy directly from her, or you can also get the ebook online. I lost you. There you go. And there it is, literally called Healing House. And again, her name is Frances Youngblood. What is next for you, Frances? What's the next goal?
The next goal for me is it's book number 2, because this book is written such that you can pick it up and read it and not read any of the rest of the books that are going to come after, and you're not going to miss any of the story. But it's also written in such a way that there is a next book. And I've had several people that are waiting for the next book because they want to know what happens next, what happens to the main character and what is going to come from all the things that are in this. So I want to just continue writing, and I have several other ideas that are in the hopper. I have a tablet that I carry around with me, and it has a tab for each idea that I have. And I've started the outline. So you've given, you preach that don't start writing without an outline. So I have an outline in each tab, and I just write things as it comes to me about each one of the projects. So I have several things that I'm just, working on a little bit at a time, but my brain never shuts off. So I always have things that they're running through there.
That's awesome. I'm excited. And you're right. The great thing about the short reads is usually they are in series form so that the reader doesn't have to, stop and get so engrossed and give up a whole day or whatever. But then as soon as the next book is out, they grab that one. And then by the time, you get through the whole series, some series are 5, some books series will last, I've seen 50, 60, 70 books in a series before. So I wish yours much, much, much success. Do you have a website or an author page that people can go to find you, to follow you, and know when your books are going to be launching?
I do. You can find me at Frances Youngblood Author on Facebook and at francesyoungblood.com.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much. And you stay here, if you will, as we continue on. And guys, if you have any questions or anything amongst yourselves, feel free to chat. I know that most of our writers have actually read each other's books as well. So it's really great in this program because they're really supportive of each other, and it's good to be in a writing environment, with other writers for that kind of a feedback.